All right, welcome back to another week. This week we are taking a look at the 2023 Acura TLX Type S. As you can see, the headlights just went off there. But yeah, so we have a 2023 this time because the 2024s just aren't they're announced, but they're not like on the market really yet. We haven't had any in our press, so I figured let's take the 23 out. Let's see if the changes they made for 2024 is even that big of a deal. Because, you know, maybe the price will actually be dropping for the TLX 23 since the 24 is already out. Check out the rear on this thing. Look at the quad exhaust tips. Oh my goodness, Type S badge. Of course, this is the all-wheel drive trim. It just looks clean. It just looks fantastic. So let's hop in. I'm going to give you a startup and then I'll give you my first impressions for the Acura TLX Type S. Let's go. All right, so first things first, hopping in. The wind is pretty gnarly out here. Bunch of mud around too. That's the problem with winter, is you either get mud and everything else in between. It's just not a fun time to drive, but we do it. So front of the brake, bang, start this thing up. Very nice closing sound too. Nice little startup sound. You can see one of the changes already they made for 24 is that would be digital, but the analog so far isn't bothering me, so that's cool. Anyways, I'm going to mount you up there. I'll give you my first impressions and yeah, we'll take it from there. Let's go. Okay, so now we're on the road with the Acura TLX Type S. First impression. So it's pretty much my like third time driving it for this week. So, you know, pretty cool. Reminds me a lot of a Kia Stinger. Or reminds me like quite a bit of a Kia Stinger. You know, I feel like they're close enough in price range. But yeah, this is definitely nice. The Type S version of Acura anything is always extremely nice. It always drives extremely nicely. You know, I haven't been able to test too much power because I've been in a lot of traffic. But so far, like suspension, ride quality, all that's there. All that's like luxurious as you'd expect. I think definitely the TLX is better than the Integra, you know, in terms of ride quality already, even knowing I'm in normal mode. In normal mode in the Integra, it was a little bit rough. You really needed comfort mode with the Integra for things to be comfortable. But other than that, they're almost neck and neck, right? And I mean, obviously this isn't a manual, this is an automatic, so there's a little bit less fun with the TLX, but still, it looks fantastic. Like, it really looks good in this gray color. I love the rims, I love the interior design. The interior design looks a little dated, but they did fix a lot of things for 24. They gave us a bigger infotainment display, and they're gonna give you a, you know, fully digital gauge cluster, which this one I have just the analog stuff, which is still cool. It just, with everything else going digital, the analogs are really starting to look on the dated side of things. So yeah, I mean, and it also handles really well. Like, it almost handles better than its straight line speed. Like, I feel like the true essence or the true niceties of the TLX is when you're in corners, when you're taking sharp corners around bends and different stuff like that. That's where it comes alive, because the steering wheel, even in normal mode, really does load up and stuff, and it feels very planted. Also, this one is the all-wheel drive version, so I'm having fun with that too. I'm, you know, have the confidence that if it's gonna snow this week, I really don't care, because I've got a decent all-wheel drive system in the Acura, so that's great as well. And, you know, so far so good. Really not a lot of complaints. I also like the steering wheel feel. It's like, you know, you got like the normal leather, kind of like smooth leather up here, and then you got like this perforated, like breathable leather over here, which I feel like the heated steering wheel kicks in a little bit faster. I do also have some paddle shifters that they look metallic, but they're actually plastic, but honestly, either way, I don't care. They're still very nice to have. Seat comfort is there too. I had to adjust it because the person before me, I don't know, they drove with like the bubble all the way out. I can't drive with that bubble, that lumbar support bubble. It's brutal. But yeah, so far so good. I'm running out of sunlight, so I won't make this too long. We'll pick it back up later on in the week, show you the interior, show you the different things that I find that I like and maybe not so much I don't like for the TLX Type S. Let's continue the week. I'll pick it back up probably tomorrow morning, give you a cold start. We'll take it from there. Alrighty, another morning, not with the Sonata, but with the TLX Type S. Let's do cold start. Let me just put my stuff in here. It's a colder, like it's a milder morning. We've definitely had colder during the winter so far. So let me close this guy, and then I'll do it from the key fob. It'll be cooler. Lock twice. And then we'll hold it. And it should come. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. That's a good cold start. That's actually pretty loud. Holy. That's pretty good. I don't know. Is that better than the Type S or maybe, or I mean the Integra anyways? It feels kind of the same. I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, that's a cool start. Not really enough to disturb the neighbors, but enough to put a smile on your face. All right, so day 2 with the Acura TLX Type S. So let me know what you guys think. It's kind of like an evening shot, kind of, you know. So welcome to Canada. It's absolutely brutal. But yeah, I just want to see what you guys think. Do you like the color? I think that this is probably the best TLX color that you could get. I think that's really cool. You're gonna have to forgive the wind because nothing's gonna cooperate. Not the sunlight, not the wind, not the weather, and definitely not the ground because it's absolutely muddy. But yeah, let me know what you think of it at nighttime or in the dark anyways. But let me know, what are your thoughts about it? I think it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm gonna hop in. I'll show you a little bit of like the ambient lighting and stuff. We also have like a Type S badge right here, which is cool. The metal pedals. I think the thing that bothers me is the fact that I drove the Integra and there was a manual, and this one I feel like it has enough power to become a manual, but it just isn't. Like, it's just not offered, and that kind of hurts it, I think. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm obsessed with manuals now. I don't know. But yeah, like there's some ambient lighting. Oops, if I can make the camera go there. There's some ambient lighting right there. There's supposed to be some in the floor well, but it's not dark enough, so I'll probably have to come back later tonight or at some point this week at nighttime. But I can like change my ambient lighting stuff. Like, there's a bunch of cool names for it actually. Also, this trackpad is brutal. I'm gonna do like a little. Let's do the infotainment. Let me show you this. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the trackpad is brutal, but it's easy to get used to. I will say that. Okay. So vehicle. Oops. Yes, that's what we want. We want, go down, lighting setup. Check this out. Lighting setups right here. Accent lighting theme. And you can have like, it's got like a bunch of cool names. Like I have like Ile de Notre Dame on right now, but you can have Atlantic Road, Wall Street, Icefield Parkway, Blue Ridge, Congo Loop, Golden Gate, Route 66. That's a cool one. Automobilismo. Let's do that one. And okay, see, now I just changed it to like orangey kind of thing. The brightness is at max so that we're full on it. Suzuka. Ooh, Suzuka. Or just plain old sport. And that happens when you actually engage your individual mode. We saw this dial on the MDX, which is cool. So, little cool thing. I'll pick it back up a little bit later. But yeah, just want to show you a quick little exterior. And we'll come back later during the week. Oh yes, we're right next to a highway, so I don't know how loud it's going to be, but look, the sun's finally out. It's the first time I've seen it in weeks, and we have the TLX. It's dirty, though. It's really dirty. Usually you can't even notice it, but it is so dirty, this TLX. But it looks so fantastic. I don't think this is a very good filming spot, but it definitely is a good B-roll spot. That is for sure. So, nice little tour around it. Very cool. Yeah, this is a nice spot right here. Looks really good in the sun, even in the dark, but the sun, it just looks fantastic. Like, look at this. We're going to go back around the sun. Look at the difference between the light and the dark. Oh boy, look at that. Fantastic. That looks really good. All right, let's hop inside because it's absolutely freezing. I'll show you the interior here. Oh my God, it's so cold. Thank God for heated seats and heated steering, which we both have. You know, so there's been a change for 2024, right? So this is going to be all digital, and I think that's a good move. Although I like the look of it, I think it maybe makes things look a little bit dated in the gauge cluster, but it's fine. We've got a mix of digital and analog. I don't mind it, but I feel like the modern age will, so upgrade it. That's a great idea. The steering wheel feels really nice. You got like this nice, like standard, like soft leather, and then you got like this ripply kind of grippy stuff that I feel like the heat passes through so much better. I really like this design. I love the feel of it. The Type S badge right down here. It's slightly decut off. Acura logo. Love that. Some plastic paddle shifters that look metal, so we'll take it, right? A whole bunch of physical buttons for like the cruise control and also the media controls. Then we have like the safety stuff. We have the squiggly lines in the windshield that we could actually defrost it quicker, which is nice. Parking sensors there too. We have, again, the ELS Studio Audio, 3D surround audio, whatever you want to call it. It is also fantastic. We do have a small infotainment display. Like, it's kind of hard to see it from where I am. Like, it's, you know what? It's all right for what it is, but also at the same time, I got to control it with this bad boy right here. There's nothing special. I have wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, or I think might be only wired. Anyways, it's one of the two. I think it has both. But yeah, if you want to know the official one, watch the review. But anyways, yeah, we have to use this stupid trackpad. It's brutal. It was brutal in the MDX. It's brutal in the TLX. It's not good. This is all fine. I love the physical buttons right here. I also like, you know, this button here. We saw it on the MDX as well, which is cool. Got our gear. A lot of this whole part is on the MDX as well, which is, you know, not a bad thing. Easy to use, easy to understand. Heated and ventilated seats. Love that, especially for the price point. Kind of need it. Then you have, like I said, the trackpad down here, the volume controls, skippable stuff, little armrest so you can use it. Wireless charging pad. We also have here 2 cup holders, a little bit of storage on the inside, actually quite a bit of storage on the inside, but only USB. There's no USB-C. They might refresh that for 24. Type S on the logo right there, of course, just like the Integra Type S. And just like the Integra Type S, we have only 2 seats options available. The sun's getting in the way there. We only have 2 seating options available, but the cup holders are actually stowed away. They're not on the ground like in the Integra. So very cool interior. I'm a fan. I like sitting in here. A great place to spend time. So overall, fantastic interior. I really don't have too much to complain about. You know, it is a little bit dated, and I think that's why they did a mid-season refresh or a mid-feature refresh, whatever you want to call it. That's why they did that, is because of the fact that things are starting to look a little bit dated. So good call by Acura to do that, to get on that right away. And yeah, I'll pick it back up a little bit later, but I want to show you quickly the interior in the daytime while I have some sun. Oh my goodness, can you believe that? We've seen the sun for the first time in what feels like weeks here in Canada. Oh boy. All right, so back in the car wash, because like I said, the roads are so bad here, but I want to show you the changes, because one of the big changes is this right here, the screen here, or not the screen, well, the screen's bigger, the infotainment screen's bigger, but the camera is actually way better. You can see, like, I don't know if the GoPro's picking it up, but you can see how like not great it is, or like I could switch it, like, and at nighttime it gets even worse. So like, it's just, you know, right now it's it looks fine in the day, but like at nighttime it's just not great at all. And yeah, so they've definitely made it way more like HD high quality. This is more HD high quality, and they've added a heads-up display, so that's pretty good. I think that if you can look past all that stuff, you're probably gonna get the 2023 TLX for a cheaper price point in 24, but you have to be able to look past that stuff. If tech is really what you want, you're gonna have to upgrade and pay the higher price, but I don't necessarily think you need to do that. I think you'll probably be fine with just the 2023 stuff, but yeah, that's gonna be up to you guys. But yeah, I wanted to show you quick that, because, you know, it's not great. It's probably the worst part of the car, honestly, but it's cool to watch the car wash go around it. But yeah, there you go. I'll pick it up later. We're almost done the week. I'm like doing some final film stuff, so we'll see what happens next. Okay, hopefully you can still hear me. I'm just on the way to get gas and also wash this car again, because I actually have to film some more stuff. So, oh my God, it's getting warm in here. It's this winter is so weird. It's like, sometimes it's really hot, other times it's really cold. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I thought you want to see kind of almost a first-person view. We'll save the POV stuff for the review, but I can kind of show you, since like I just filmed some stuff for PRN, and I'm just going to get gas, but I can talk about a little bit more intricacies on how it drives. This thing is like a cornering masterclass. Like, it's just crazy how good this thing, ooh, KV6, look at that. It's just crazy how good this thing is at cornering. Like, I'd love to take this on like a real racetrack and just absolutely go crazy with it. And I think anybody could do probably really good lap times in this thing. Like, it's just that cool, that great of a thing, of a system. So I just have it in my individual mode, like, but I can just absolutely like hammer it into corners. Like, it's so quick, unbelievable. But I've been using the gas. Like I'm at like 15 liters per 100 kilometers because I just, you know, it's just hard not to absolutely put the foot down and just rip this thing over. So, you know, it's fun though. It's been a great time so far. Hopefully the camera angle is good. I kind of need like a longer stick for my GoPro so that you can actually see properly down here. I'm just dealing with what I got right now, but definitely could be better. But yeah, so if you're watching this, then I'll have like one more car left for you to see. So the review would probably drop Friday after the Wednesday that this one's dropped. It might already be out if you're watching this like way later on. And then that'll be done for 23 after that. So that's pretty cool. So let's see what we can do in 24. If there's any cars that you guys want to see in 24, then you let me know. You tell me what you want to see, and I will try to do that for you. I'll try to get my hands on them. You know, exotic cars are going to be difficult. Things like the Corvette maybe are in my reach now. Definitely Cadillac, stuff like that I could get. I'm going to try to do more BMWs for you. I'm going to try to get my hands on more manual cars for you guys. You seem to enjoy that, and I also enjoy driving them and learning, you know, how to drive manual even better. So there's that too. So hopefully there's some nice stuff coming in the new year for you guys and for me as well, because I just enjoy every second of it. So let me know though, what kind of cars you want to see, and you know, how do you think? Do you even own a TLX? Tell me that as well. Do you like TLX? Do you own it? So yeah, I'm gonna head to the gas station. I'm gonna get into the car wash again for the second time because the roads are just atrocious here. And if you drive anywhere for 2 days, no matter how clean your car is, it is getting dirty. And the gray shows on camera and I can't stand it. So while I can wash it, I'm gonna do that for you so that it looks nice and showroom ready for you guys when I film it. So we're gonna film my stuff and then you'll see it in the review later. All right, so my week is just about done with the TLX Type S. I got like, you know, tomorrow left and stuff. But yeah, the filming is almost done as my shadow gets in the way. But yeah, it's been super cool to own this thing for a week. It's just such a nice looking car. The look has only gotten better and better and better as I've looked at it throughout the week. It's just, and the 4-wheel drive helps too. So that's really nice. So I'll do one little quick last walk around. We'll see if we can go and get my wife in the car quick and see if, you know, she wants to help me out with the final thoughts, see if she has any thoughts on it, because she was in the Acura Type S. So let's see what she thinks about the TLX Type S, the non-enthusiast opinion kind of thing. This is a really cool thing I'm just noticing. Let's check out. Look, you can see the actual active arrow right here, the vents for, you know, it kind of leads up to the front. It's very dirty, but it is active, so that's cool to see. But yeah, besides that, let's hop in and let's do final thoughts. All right, so final thoughts. Here we are for the 2023 TLX. I think the big question is going to be whether or not it's worth it to upgrade in 2024 or worth it to even look at a 2024. Personally, unless you're like a big fan of tech and you absolutely have to have a digital gauge cluster, I mean, that's really the biggest change. Exterior wise, there's no change. And I think if you wanted to save money by going with the 23 TLX in 24, you'd probably be safe and fine doing that. You're going to be completely happy with it because it's still a pretty fast V6 car, and I'm a fan of it. I like it. It reminds me a lot of the Stinger. The only difference between the two is that, well, a lot more people know the Acura TLX exists, and really nobody knows that the Stinger exists. And that's kind of, there's more of a buyer's market for a sporty Acura versus a sporty Kia. All right, so I have my wife next to me again, so let's see what she thinks from the non-enthusiast standpoint of things. What is your impression of the TLX Type S?
Well, it's hard to not compare it to the Integra.
Yeah.
And I really like the Integra. So I guess automatically this is like second to that. But I don't know, I think that I would have expected it to look a bit more modern. Like the front here with like all of the buttons, and I don't know, it's giving me like 2010 vibes.
Okay, you think it looks dated?
Yeah, it looks dated.
Right.
I don't know, I would have expected maybe the touch screen.
Yeah, the trackpad's brutal.
It reminds me of the Lexus. I mean, I don't know. I think Lexus probably looks a little bit more modern inside compared to this. And I know we're talking about a more expensive brand, but...
Well, they're around the same price. Or like, they're not far off, I don't think. I don't know. We don't look at Lexus right now, so I don't know. But they're close. This is 60K. The SUV that we have is around that price point, so they're close. Very, very close.
I mean, it has the wireless charging, which, okay, that's great, but it's just everything else just doesn't look modern to me. Even like the gauge.
Yeah, which
like,
they fixed in 24.
That's nice, but I mean, if they didn't even touch the middle and they left it exactly the same.
From what I can tell, they didn't.
That's a bit disappointing.
Well, what do you think? Why do you think they would do something like that?
What do you mean?
Why do you think they would just change a couple of things, call it a 24? Why do you think they would do that?
Well, to make more money.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
But I feel like it would almost be pointless to get the 24. You might as well get the 23 with the whatever it gives you, because the 24 seems almost not worth it.
Well, it depends. If you really like the technology and you must have better camera quality, a heads-up display, a larger infotainment, and a digital cluster, then you're fine. I mean, that's it. But that's it. I mean, and in the exterior, there's a slight change with the grille being a little bit more higher up. It looks a little bit more like a fast front end.
But how much more expensive is the 24 compared to the 23?
I didn't look, but I'm sure it's a good like four to 6,000 more. That's just a ballpark. I mean, but it makes. I mean, I get it, because at the end of the day, they're an automotive company. They're gonna do that. All of them are gonna do that. Acura is not the only one to do that. They all do this. It's something that's like maybe not the greatest thing to have, but there it is. They're all gonna do it, whether we like it or not, and people are gonna buy it, whether we say it's bad or not.
Especially in this economy, I feel like I would go to the used market then and get a 23.
I think a lot of people are, and I personally, like, okay, so I prefer like the Integra Type S because it's a manual. I would have liked this one in manual. I think it would have added a little something, but this one is not meant to be like the Integra was. The Integra was more like a young guy car, really loud, pops and bangs. This is fast. It's got a decent noise, and you know, it's more gentlemanly. It's a more gentleman type of speed.
Well, I feel like this is basically the Integra for someone who can't drive manual.
Basically, yeah, that too, because the Integra Type S only comes in manual, so there you go. Okay, so yeah, basically, the gist is, if you really don't want all the big tech upgrades and you don't really care about exterior stuff and you like the look of the 23 TLX, then you're probably going to be happy picking this thing up on the used market, because they didn't change that much for 24, so it might be pointless to go with a 24 model in 24. You could probably just get a good used market 23 and you'll be completely happy. Or, you know, there's other things like the Kia Stinger that I know a lot of people won't like that I compare it to, but it is a real thing. It is a V6. It has similar horsepower, similar usability. They're both sedans. They both have big trunks. It's like, it's hard not to compare them, like I said, but I just think there's more of a market for Acura, and I hope to see more TLXs on the road. You know, they're awesome. I've seen a couple of like older generation ones. It'd be nice to see more new generation ones, as the price for this one will probably begin to drop or hold its value, because they haven't changed much for 24.
What's the price difference between a Stinger and this?
Oh, I don't know. It's a lot. I think it's like 8,000 or 10,000, something like that.
But the Stinger is more expensive?
Yeah, no, the Stinger's less expensive.
Then I would take the Stinger any day.
Well,
100%.
yeah, a lot of people are saying this, yeah, but people again will get mad at us for saying that, because it's a little bit of a different level, or at least it's regarded on it anyways, because again, more people know that this exists and nobody knows the Kia exists, and that's why they're killing the Stinger. That's why the TLX continues for 24 and the Stinger does not, is because there's more of a market for this. Obviously, it shows. So I'll leave it there. I think I got one more car left for you guys for the year here in 2023, so hopefully we get to enjoy that to the fullest extent, and then I'll take a little break and I'll be back in January. But you shouldn't notice a break. I should be able to post content for you all the way through, even when I am not actively filming that week. So there's still some good stuff from 23 to come, and then as we get into January, we'll hit a lot of the solid 24 stuff, and then, you know, by the mid next year, we should be touching some 25 cars. So that will be a really, really cool. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, I will see you in the next week. See you in the next car. Take care.